Hey, coach, welcome back to Marketing for Fitness Coaches. You know, the show that helps you make marketing a part of your practice, not something you totally avoid. I'm your host, Candace Dixon, CMO of OPEX and CoachRx. And today we're going to talk about something that most coaches feel but rarely fix: how to make time for the work that actually grows your practice. Because if you're like most coaches I talk to, you know you need to market, you want to stay consistent, but your day is packed and content gets pushed way down on your list. So let's change that. There's a reason most coaches feel like their content isn't working, and that makes them avoid it even more. You feel overwhelmed, overextended, and likely stuck in a strategy that's keeping you busy, but not helping you grow. If you listen to the last episode, episode 10, we broke down why short form first strategies are burning coaches out and what to do instead. This episode is about how to make space for that smarter strategy: your one weekly content anchor, a few supporting pieces, and consistent lead nurturing behaviors. No more reacting, just building lots of rhythm. Before we get tactical, I want us to zero in on another mindset shift. You are the CMO of your business. I've said this to you before, and I know as a marketer, easy for me to say, but you can do this. You don't need a 40-hour-a-week content plan, but you do need time to create your weekly content anchor, follow up with warm leads, share real results from your clients, and keep your content system going. Remember, marketing isn't just extra work. It's the bridge between your values and visibility. And no one else can build it for you. Not yet. Maybe in the future, AI. Here's the very simple structure that I recommend for solo coaches. Use this to support your 5-part marketing system that we've been building. Creating space for one content batching day, leaving at least 90 minutes. In this session, you're going to create your weekly content anchor. If it's a podcast, a blog post, a video, you're going to make the clips, draft captions, write your emails, pull quotes, make your graphics in Canva, record the things you need to record at least a week ahead. 90 minutes is tight, but doable if you're organized and you're focused. Second, creating space for a distribution day. This can be shorter, like a 30 to 60 minute time block. This is when you are taking all the content that you've created on your batch day and you're scheduling it in your tools for publishing. So if it's a blog post, you're building the blog and scheduling it for publishing. If it's an email, you're building the emails and you're scheduling them for send. If it's social content, you're putting them in later, or some other scheduling tool, you're writing the captions and you're scheduling them so that they either auto post or send you a quick notification when you post manually. Thirdly, your follow-up block. This can be 30 minutes once a week, hopefully a couple times a week. Maybe you split it up into 2 15-minute or 3 10-minute sessions. But this is where you're checking in on who's engaged with the content that you've published, following up on DMs, responding to emails, nurturing warm leads, tracking consults, following up post-consult, and creating more touch points to nurture those leads. Fourthly, your monthly content performance review. 60 minutes once a month. You're going to audit your system, take note of what's working and not working, go in and optimize those things. So start with your lead magnet, audit its performance and conversion. Think about any adjustments you need to make to the landing page that people are opting into to increase that. Think about the follow-up and nurture sequence. Are there any improvements you need to make there to get more people converting into consult? And then post-consult, what is that flow looking like? How are people converting from consult into sign-up? And what can you do there to further optimize? Check in wherever you're collecting testimonials. See if you have any new and exciting testimonials to leverage in your content. See if you need to put more effort into requesting testimonials. Refresh testimonials that are on your landing page if necessary. Check your Google My Business profile, see if you have any feedback there, engage, look at your post-consult stats and see any enhancements that you can make post-consult follow-up to better convert people into signing up. Make note of all the areas that you can optimize and start checking them off one by one. All right, the 5th area is your daily ritual. 10 to 15 minutes where you are replying to comments, saving new ideas for your content batching day, tracking mini wins. Maybe you go live for 2 minutes talking about a recent client win or a recent client experience. This isn't grind and hustle culture in the content space. This is strategic, scalable business development in bite-sized blocks. Structure is going to create freedom for you. Let's talk tools to multiply your time. I'm not sure if you're a Notion or a Trello user or if you have any kind of project management tools that you go to regularly, but I would recommend creating a system to manage your time and your project flow. Let's talk delegation. I know a lot of coaches don't enjoy the actual content creation process. I think it's important for you to start doing it yourself so that you understand the flow, you understand what is working, you understand what is connecting with your audience, and how it connects to the performance on the back end. Once you know what's working and you know the standard you need to hold it to, then you know what you can outsource. And I would start with things that create the most friction for you. So if it's editing videos or creating social graphics, things that might be a little bit more artistic or design oriented and probably just take more of your time than you want, start outsourcing those things. Now, that doesn't mean that it's going to be completely off your plate, because in most cases, you're still going to have to give some direction and feedback. So keep that in mind. But I would start with things that create friction, like video editing or the creation of graphics, or maybe it's even the scheduling of your content in later. I would keep things that really reflect your voice and values, like your copywriting, your captions, to yourself. That's something that you can execute because this is your brand, this is your voice, this is you coaching. Maybe down the road when you have a formula and someone that has come up with you or that you've mentored and you can pass it off to them, that's something to consider down the road. But this system is designed for you to be able to execute it yourself and not have to outsource. Just remember that no one can speak exactly like you, especially in a trust-first business like coaching. Your clients and your future clients, they want you, not someone else creating or pretending to be like you. So here's what I want you to remember. You don't need more hours in the day. You need more focus and some strategic time blocks. Most coaches aren't growing slowly because they're not trying. So I get that you're doing things, but I want you to do things smarter. And I want you to do the things that are going to create the most momentum for you. This system that we've been walking through helps you shift from scattered to strategic, from chasing views and social engagement to creating value, from just winging it and creating whatever works for the day to building a brand with clarity and, again, real momentum. So your action item this week is to pick and schedule your content batching day, to schedule your distribution block, and to put on the calendar your 15-minute daily marketing rituals. Don't forget the companion blog linked in the show notes with helpful tips and some more detail about these specific days that I've outlined. DM me if you have any questions, and I hope you're following the show at Marketing for Fitness Coaches. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being here. I hope you take action on the things that we've discussed this week and make time to work on growing your practice. This show is part of the CoachRx podcast network. Until next time, keep coaching, keep connecting, and I will catch you in the next episode.